actually think we've made great progress, and I think we've really been able to develop a strategy that I think provides a lot of competitive advantage. The first thing is we're crystal clear that we're a service company that's focused in the energy infrastructure space. We want to own and operate and build assets in the natural gas and the natural gas liquids arena. We want to be a safe, environmentally responsible, and a very efficient builder and constructor of new assets. We want to be focused on a fee-for-service type commercial arrangement. So we're going to continue on the predictable, ratable earnings forecast. We're going to take prudent risks that align with that strategy. We're going to leverage our existing footprint. So we think we've got some very unique and very strategically advantaged assets, and we're going to leverage that footprint over time, which is going to create a focus in Western Canada down into the mid-continent of the U.S. and over to the West Coast. And then last but not least, we're going to maintain access to a competitive capital markets and make sure that we've got a prudent balance sheet for the type of business that we're in. The project really, I think, brings out the strategy in action a number of ways. I think one is it builds out a material midstream business in one of the best assets, we think, one of the best basins that we think in North America. It provides a remarkable amount of growth down the road, potentially up to $5 billion over the next 5 to 6 years. It creates one of the biggest midstream businesses in the Montney region. It has great counterparties in Canada and Mitsubishi, so it really does highlight all of these elements about building out a footprint and leveraging a footprint in the areas where we think we have strategic advantage. Alliance is a unique asset, and it's moving to a new stage in its history, in that it's coming off of a long-term contract and moving on to shorter-term contracts. But it's a really advantaged pipeline that takes gas out of Western Canada and natural gas liquids out of Western Canada down into higher netback margins in the Midwest. It's going to have a more dynamic feel to it. It's going to be an opportunity for us to optimize liquids across the system as it moves forward. And we think that it really supports a lot of the shale growth that we're seeing here in Western Canada, in the sense that it takes the gas to higher netback markets, and it also provides an access to higher premium markets for NGLs. We can't forget that we've got a lot of assets out there today that we need to continue to run safely with the right environmental stewardship. We've also got a number of assets that are going through recontracting. So Alliance, for instance, is a big asset that's going through recontracting. We'll finish that up in 2015. Made great progress, and I'm very confident that we can get that done in a very strong fashion here in 2015. We've got a lot of growth projects on the way. We need to finish up and get the Veresen Midstream in place and up and growing that business. We think there's lots of opportunities to grow and leverage that footprint. We've also got Jordan Cove. This is going to be a critical year for Jordan Cove, and we're excited about where we are. We've got a lot of work to do, and that'll be a focus point for us as well. And last but not least is we need to fund these projects. We need to do it in a financially prudent way that sticks with our strategy, that's worked very well, maintain our access to low-cost capital, and do it in a way that creates lots of flexibility for us down the road. We've really been setting ourselves up for success, I think, in 2015 as we've built out the internal capabilities, as we've built credibility for the project in the marketplace. I think we're set up for success in 2015. We need to get the EPC contracts all signed up, but we're working with some great contractors that we feel confident about their capabilities to deliver this project on time and on budget. We've got world-class buyers that we're negotiating with. We believe that we're very shortly we'll be able to announce the signing of these offtake agreements. The permitting is going well. We expect to have those in place by the end of the year. Veresen takes a very conservative, prudent approach to managing our balance sheet and our finances. I mean, for me personally, this is the fifth time that I've gone through a significant downturn in commodity prices, and it just makes a lot of sense, especially for an energy infrastructure company, to take that approach. So we really are an organization that's got a very strong balance sheet. We take long-term take-or-pay contracts on the majority of our assets. We've got small amount of commodity exposure, but we think it's prudent and we think it's manageable over the long cycle.